Hey guys, so today I want to show you how to create a USB stick that you can use to run and even install Ubuntu onto your PC or Mac computer. So this is really useful in case you want to just get to know Ubuntu and just want to play around with it a little bit, get your feet wet, and don't necessarily want to install it on your PC right away. So in this case I'm using here a Mac, but it does work in the same way on a PC as well. And also the links that I'm going to show you here later are going to be exactly the same. So in case you want to do this at home, just make sure you do have a USB stick at hand. In this case here I'm using an old 4 GB USB stick. From the size-wise, that is just enough. So now the first thing that we do is we go to the ubuntu.com website, and here in the upper right corner you find here this download item here. So we go to the download page and there we see different versions, and we want to have the Ubuntu desktop version. So we're going to click on this here. In this case this is a version 20.04 and it's automatically going to download. So specifically we're having here the LTS version. LTS stands for long-term support, and that's usually what you want in case you are considering to install Ubuntu on your PC permanently. So we're now downloading here the ISO image for Ubuntu, and in this case right now this is around 2.7 gigabytes in size, and so we're going to let this download proceed. And in the meantime we are downloading another tool that we use in order to flash this image onto the USB stick, and that is here this etcher tool. You can find also here the link in the video description below, check that out. And so here, in order to download this tool, we just select here the correct operating system that we're using. In this case here this is Mac OS, and so I'm going to download this. And next I'm going to prepare now the USB stick by simply formatting it. So here in the Mac world, this is the disk utility that we're using. In order to do that, if you are on a Windows PC, then you just right click on a USB drive in your computer, and in the drop down menu you'll find the format option, and you want to make sure that you format this in the FAT format. So this goes really quick, just takes a couple of seconds. And at this point we have already downloaded the Ubuntu image and also here this etcher tool, which I am now going to start. And you can install it here on the Mac, but I don't really have to do that. You can just start it right away from the image. And you can see here this tool is very simplistic. So the first thing that you do is you just select the ISO image of your Ubuntu, and so this is really easy. Just click on that, find it in your Finder or Explorer depending on which system you're using. Then the next step is here you select the USB drive. In this case this is automatically pre-selected because this is the only USB stick here that I have inserted right now. And then you just select here flash, and it's going to copy the ISO image onto USB stick. This can take quite some time depending on the write speed of your USB stick. For me this USB stick is ancient, so this really took a long time, so I'm going to speed this up here really quickly so we don't have to wait for this process. And as soon as the USB stick has been validated, then it's going to automatically unmount itself, and at this point we can just restart the computer or the Mac and start to boot from the Ubuntu USB stick. Now in case you are on a Mac computer, then you just press the options key while you reboot your Mac, and then it will give you the option to start from the USB stick. Now if you're working on a Windows machine, then this may be a little bit more complicated, because you may have to tell your computer to start or to boot from a USB stick. So you may have to enter the BIOS settings, which also depends on which computer you have. So sometimes you just press the return key when you start up your computer, or you press one of the F function keys. And so now in this case, this laptop here is already set up to start from a USB stick when there is one present. And you see here already how this is continuing here. You see Ubuntu is already initializing. This also takes quite a while, it takes a couple of minutes, and then eventually it is going to be ready, and we're going to see this screen here. And at this point you can select either to try Ubuntu and just get to know it a little bit better, or you can install Ubuntu right away. And so we are going to first try out Ubuntu. We're going to select here the left option, and a couple of seconds later we are already in the Ubuntu environment. So now you have full access, full functionality, and you can just try it out and play with it without actually creating any damage. So there's nothing that you do here is going to be saved on the USB stick. So next time you're going to restart your computer and restart the Ubuntu distribution, it's going to start all over. So every time you're going to start this, it's a clean slate. But in case you do decide to install Ubuntu permanently on your computer, then also from here you have now the option to start the installer. Here you see this in the upper left corner. You just click on that and the installer will appear, and now you can start the installation progress and have it permanently installed on your hard drive. Yeah, okay, so this is already it here. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any more questions, then please leave a comment below, and don't forget to check out my other videos here on YouTube.